the future of South African basketball out there on the floor right now. So first possession will go to South Africa's B team. So for the purpose of this game, obviously referring to South Africa and South Africa isn't going to work for the commentary. We're going to go with Team B and Team A. So it is Hagu for B. And Ongezwa Hagu, who's done an absolutely incredible job this weekend. Securing rebounds for the team has been really crucial on the board as she gets things underway. Shot doesn't fall. And it is Ngoni for A. Gwaza under the basket, gets the shot to go, and it is 1-0 to South Africa A team as ball will go out of bounds. And B will get the ball back. And Barter to take it from the top. We are playing 3x3, it is 10-minute games, 12-second shot clock. Shots inside the arc worth 1 point, shots outside worth 2. Then Barter passes back to Hagu. Shot is short. Mount saves the ball inbounds. It will go back with Team A. Gwaza over to Ngoni. Ngoni will check the ball. Ball has to be checked at the top of the arc. Defender gets into position. And ball's knocked out of bounds. And good hands there from Mbata. She's been a very disruptive defender. Turn, you'll hear me say throughout the weekends, but those kind of players knocking the ball out of bounds is making it difficult for their opponents. Takes some time off the clock, and with such a short shot clock, makes it very, very valuable to have someone like that out on the floor. Mbata secures the rebound. Ganza finds Hagu. Hagu against Gilifile. Mbata, time running down, puts it up. It's short. As Abe will get the ball back. 1-0 lead for South Africa's A team here. Viviwe Ngoni, who played at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, representing South Africa in 3x3. Gilifile driving to the basket. Too strong. Rebounds tipped, being chased down. Ngoni will get there. Great hustle from Ngoni. As the ball goes out of play. A big thank you to everybody watching live on the IWBF YouTube channel. Remember to like and subscribe if you keep up to date with all the action. Follow along to IWBF on social media. There's loads of clips, highlights from the games, some interviews with the players. As Ngoni to Gilifile. Hands it back to Ngoni. Great pass inside. Gwaza underneath the hoop. Gets the roll. And it's a 2-0 lead for Team A. And Duduzile Gwaza representing Africa, South Africa at the first African Para Games in 2023 in 5-on-5. Won the silver medal. She's been a valuable scorer for this team. Out on the floor is Gilifile. Passes back to Ngoni. Ball will go out of bounds as Team B get it back. Looking to get on the scoreboard for the first time here. Around 2 minutes gone. Hagu up against Gilifile. Great passing inside. Can't finish. It's too strong off the glass, but you see there the roll to the basket. Great passing from Hagu. As Gwaza gets it to drop. And Duduzile Gwaza making it rain today for Team A. Mbata into Hagu. Ball goes through the fingertips. We'll reset from the top. So the winner of this game will be moving on to the 5th placing game later today. The runners-up will take part in the 7th placing game also later today. The second semi-final coming up straight after this one will be between Kenya and Switzerland. As Hagu, with time running down, puts it up from the elbow, off the rim. Back to Hagu. And then Barter underneath the basket and doesn't drop. A good look there from Team B. They're getting into position. They're getting some good looks. The shot isn't dropping at the moment, but that will come. And this is a very young team. Both teams out on the floor. Very young teams building that experience, building on the experience they had at the World Championships back in 2023, as we'll have a timeout called on the floor. So a 3-0 lead for South Africa's A team at the moment over Team B. 6:58 to play here in the 5th place semi-final. We'll have the semi-finals in the women's stage coming up at 11:55. The first game between Australia and Spain, and the second between Great Britain and Canada follows at 12:20. The women's final takes place at 4:15 today. So Hagu will take it from the top. Team B looking for their first score of the game here, as you see Michelle Mokinetti check back in to A. And a foul called, no, that's a 24-second violation. Team A get the ball back and will take it from the top. Mokinetti, the captain of the South African team at the Commonwealth Games in 2022 in the 3x3 tournament. So that's been her greatest achievement so far, captaining the team. Really wants to help put South Africa on the map, show the world what they can do on the basketball court. She's done an absolutely great job of that so far this weekend. Lots more to come from Mokinetti and this team. And Barter around the outside. And Barter up against Ngoni. High shot, won't fall. Mokinetti grabs the rebound. Mokinetti going inside, foul on the floor as Afilili Hakisile has come into the game for Team B. First foul on Team B as Team A have the ball. Mokinetti working against Mbata. Gwaza under pressure, too strong. Ball's picked up, and B with a chance here. Hakisile into Hagu, runs into traffic, puts it up and off the rim. Mokinetti chasing down the ball. So quick out there on the court is Mokinetti as she dishes off to Gwaza, who is fouled on the shot. And Duduzile Gwaza will go to the line for a free throw. Gwaza was named to the All-Star 5 in 2020 at the Afro-Paralympic qualifiers. A very experienced member out there on the floor for South Africa. As she gets the ball back, can't get the roll, it's tipped. Hagu trying to fight for the rebound, but as you've seen all weekend long, Ongezwa Hagu positioning herself under the basket. Team B haven't come up with the ball there. She's done a good job at boxing out. Gwaza into Mokinetti. Spinning in the lane. And Gwaza again there to clean up and put the ball back in the basket. That'll be a wheel just out of bounds, out of the edge of the court. So Team A will have possession. The winner of this game will face the winner of Kenya and Switzerland in the 5th place placing game later on today. Gwaza goes again. Not that time, but Hagu with the rebound. Over to Mbata. Back to Hagu. 3 seconds. Hagu under pressure. Gets the roll. And Team B on the scoreboard for the first time. It's a 4-1 lead to Team A. Mokinetti going to the hoop. And whistle on the play. It'll be a second foul against Team B. Oh, apologies, up to third. 3 team fouls now, third foul on Team B. Mokinetti from the top. Swing Swings it into Ngoni. Ball's deflected. Mbata chasing it down. Can she get there? Yes, she can. Saves it in for Team B. Finds Hagu. Against Mokinedi. Spins. 4 seconds and doesn't go. But Team B will get it back. 4:33 to play here. It's a 3-point lead for Team A. Mbata. Akisile picks it up. Too strong. Ngoni gets the bounce and a foul against Team B. That's their 4th. So Mokinedi will take it from the top for Team A. 4:19 to play here. This 5th place semi-final game. Ganza back out on the floor for Team B as Mokinedi controls it. Using the screen from Ganza, shot doesn't drop. And Ngoni chases down the ball, gets Team A another chance. Guaza fouled on the shot. Oh no, ball wasn't cleared. So you have to clear the ball past the arc. Teammate did not do that. Ball has to clear the line, otherwise the shot will not count. Ganza. Mokinedi steals the ball, swings it into Guaza, who gets the roll, and ball was cleared that time. It's a 4-point Team A lead. Ganza against Mokinedi. Akisile. Hagu with a long shot off the back of the rim. Mokinedi picks it up for Team A. Going inside, that's short. Saves the ball though, gets her own rebound. We've seen her do that so many times. Guaza's hook shot won't fall. And Team B looking to cut into this lead here. We will have a timeout called. A 4-point lead for South Africa Team A over South Africa Team B here in the first of the 5th place semi-final games. The winner moves on to the 5th place game at 2:25 per day. Runner-up will be playing the 7th place game at 1:35 just before that. Back out on court, and these players can be very, very familiar with each other. They play in the under-25 age group. They were out at the World Championships. They played together. They trained together. It's a really good opportunity, though, for them to be able to experience the live competition element playing against each other, because you can play against each other in practice, but you can never replicate a real-life game situation. And you pick up so much. It's going to be such a valuable experience for all these players out there on the court. As Mokinedi thought about the shot, but passes it inside. Guaza again to the basket, and Duduzile Guaza hitting all over from South Africa for Team A. Intercepted by Ganza. Ball's up, doesn't drop. Hagu gets the... Oh! Had the ball just rolled off a wheel. So Team A will have it back. Both teams are working with coach Panyana, who started out coaching the running game, transitioned to wheelchair basketball. She really wants to see the game grow and have more facilities available for players to be able to develop them and help continue with their growth and the growth in the sport in South Africa. She's done an absolutely fantastic job with the team on and off the court. Just an absolutely fantastic person involved in South African basketball, working so hard to boost the game in the country and on the international stage. A real credit to the organisation is Coach Panyana. So Team A take it from the top. It's a 5-point lead. Guaza back to Mokinedi. Mokinedi looking to find some space, going on the baseline. And a 3-second call, so 3 seconds inside for the offensive player. As the ball goes back with Team B. Ball's knocked away by Ngoni. Such a tough defender, able to get into those passing lanes as Gwaza takes it to the basket, will be fouled on the shot. So Iduzila Gwaza goes to the foul line. Just under 2 minutes to play here. Gwaza's free throw doesn't drop. Hagu with the rebound. Back to Hagu. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Hagu looking to make some space, puts it up off the rim. Jansa's there for the rebound. That's too strong. So a 5-point lead for Team A here. 1:36 to play in 3x3. We go to first 21 points. Or whoever is the leading team after 10 minutes of play as Mokinedi works to find some space. Gwaza rolls off the rim but chased down. Mokinedi gets to the ball. Another chance here for Team A. Gwaza shots up and gets the roll. Iduzila Gwaza continues to pour in the points. A 6-point lead for Team A. Saka Siwe and Bata back on for Team B. Hagu, 4 seconds on the clock. Hagu from the elbow, not that time. And a 12 second, we have 12-second shot clocks in 3x3. 12-second violation, have to put the shot up before the 12 seconds expires. As the ball looks like it's rolled under a table. Great save there by the referee and team on the floor. The final minute of the game, Gwaza had the hot hand for Team A so far. The ball rolls out of play. Hagu for Team B. And Bata roll into the basket. Oh, a 3-second call. So shot is waved off. Team A will get it back. Mokinedi will take it from the top. University of Johannesburg's Sportswoman of the Year in 2022 as she comes up against Hagu. Needs to pass out of it here. Time running down, balls knocked away. Good hands there from Jansa. SB will have it with 16.8 seconds to go. Hagu, can they get another point on the board here? 6 seconds. Hagu from the foul line, bounces off. Gwaza secures it for Team A, and then Ngoni will clear the ball. 3 seconds. Gwaza with time running down. That's short, but Team A will be moving on to the 5th placing game that will take part at 2:25 today. Team B move on to the 7th place game at 1:35 today, and they will face the runners-up of our next game between Kenya and Switzerland. Team A will face the winner of the next matchup between Kenya and Switzerland. So still a lot to play for out on the floor today. Congratulations to Team A, moving on to the 5th place game at 2:25 today. So next up, Kenya and Switzerland, 2 teams making their debut on the world stage this weekend. It's been great to see the involvement of teams who are making their name on a world stage for the first time. In the men's game, we've got Slovenia, Kenya, UAE, and Croatia. The women's side, Kenya and Switzerland. And that just having countries out there able to represent for the first time, it really reflects the IWBF commitment to growing wheelchair basketball worldwide, opening up new pathways to participate in an international competition. And 3x3 is really a key development focus for the IWBF. There's a lot more opportunities being created for athletes in their nations, smaller nations where maybe it's a bit difficult to establish 5x5 due to different kinds of challenges and constraints. It opens the pathway up to them, and a new game of 3x3, a really global, dynamic, exciting, fast-paced game that we've been bringing you all weekend. And it's been really great to see the excitement and the buzz around the game, and the very first ever 3x3 World Championships here at the Super Bowl in Sun City, in such a beautiful venue. It's an absolutely fantastic event that the organisers have put on this weekend. Wheelchair Basketball South Africa have done a brilliant job putting on such a showcase event. And we've got RGK wheelchairs, making sure all the athletes this weekend and their chairs are ready to go in competition. They have a maintenance station just behind the stage with the practice courts. They've been doing an exceptional job all weekend, working so hard. So coming out on the floor, it will be Kenya as they get ready to take on Switzerland in the second, fifth place semi-final game. Kenya finished fourth in Group B, had a narrow loss to South Africa's B team, 5-4 in the group stages. As they come out onto the floor in their white jerseys. Joyce Ambassa, Rahel Arkoff, Carolyn Wanjira and Beth Wanja. Caroline Ulmer. All weekend talking to the players, getting them ready for this debut on the world stage. And certainly taking advantage of being on the world stage, building their skills, developing those 3x3 skills, building basketball in Kenya.
The ladies from Switzerland.
As we will see Switzerland take to the court, finished third in Group A, got their first win against South Africa's win team on Saturday. Lyra Huber, Louisa Youth and Miriam Waller taking to the floor wearing red today. And this is a very young team with an average age of just under 21. A team, as well, as you will see out there, playing with just 3 players. They have had no substitutions for this tournament. They have done an absolutely fantastic job of looking like they are still as fresh as anything at the end of the game. They are playing so hard and are not getting that little bit of extra rest, the extra few seconds and minutes that the other teams have with that 4th player to give them a substitution. So, teams on the court and ready to go. The winner of this game will face the South Africa Team A in the 5th placing game. The runner-up faces South Africa Team B in the 7th place game. And it will be Kenya to start things off. Arkoff. She's been big for Kenya this tournament as she gets the first basket, and we're underway 8 seconds into the game. Rahel Arkoff dropping it in for Kenya, and Huber answers for Switzerland. A very quick start for both teams here, tied at 1-1 after 20 seconds gone. Ambassa will take it from the top for Kenya. Yude checks the ball, and Arkoth will have it. Using the screen from Wanjo, runs into Huber, 3 seconds, and we have travel called on the floor. So Switzerland will get the ball back and a chance to go ahead here. It's been a quick, fast start for both teams. As Huber finds Waller. Waller, and too strong, but Huber's there for the rebound. Too strong, a foul called on the shot. So Vera Huber will go to the foul line. Playing for the Pilatus Dragons this season. She has been since 2021. They won the Swiss Championship this year alongside her teammate Miriam Waller. Also playing for the Dragons. Both playing in Eurocup this year, getting that invaluable experience with the team. As the ball goes out of bounds and Kenya will have it. Two teams making their debut on the world stage this weekend. And they've certainly given people a lot to talk about. As we will take it from the top. 1-1 here in the 5th place semi-final. The winner plays South Africa's Team A. The runner-up plays South Africa's Team B as Arkoth finds Ambassa. Ambassa pressured by Yude, needs to put something up, and that will be a shot clock violation. So Switzerland ball, a chance to go ahead here. Waller and Huber drive into the basket. It's off the rim. Huber getting some good looks there for Switzerland, especially on that right-hand side. Finds the open lane. Unable to get to the basket as the ball is knocked out of bounds. And Kenya will have it. Ambassa will take it from the top. Ambassa played as part of the training camp team for the Commonwealth Games in 2022. Kenya representing in 3x3 in Birmingham. And with the Commonwealth Games coming up next year in Glasgow in 2026, teams will certainly have an eye on that. Kenya finishing in 6th place last time out. They're looking to build on that experience. See what they can do going forward. So Switzerland ball, Waller. We set things up for Switzerland. Gets free, great pass inside to Yude. Yude found herself a bit too far underneath the basket, so had to pass back out of it. Kenya will have possession. We've seen that cut from Louisa Yude all over the course of this weekend. Finds a way to the basket. A really exciting young player to watch as Arkoth puts it up and gets the roll. Kenya take a 2-1 lead here. As Switzerland look to answer. Waller into Yude, and that's the cut. Shot doesn't fall. Ball's chased down, and Kenya a chance to increase the lead here. Arkoth using the screen from Wanjo, shots up off the rim, and Huber will clear it for Switzerland. Huber, finds a way to the basket unopposed, ties the game at 2-2. Ball's knocked away again. Huber chasing it down. She's such a quick player. Works really fast on the court as she gets the pass from Waller, and Switzerland will go up 1. Ball goes out of bounds, but you see these are players that have really been building a connection with each other. They were all playing in 3x3 at the Europe Cup last year in Austria, where they won the silver medal. A very young team, as I've said, but playing together now, really building on their experiences. Another shot from Huber, and that will stand Swiss basketball in such a good stead in the future. As you can see, these players showing just what they can do already at such a young age out on court. Waller looking to go to the basket. Huber's there again. Ball's picked off by Ambassa. But Switzerland will have it back. Waller takes it from the top. Finds a path to the basket, unopposed. Too strong. As Wanja secures the rebound, Arkoff has it. Over to Ambassa. Arkoff, 3 seconds, will have to put something up here with the time running down. She does it short. And Switzerland will have it back as we'll have a timeout called. 6:41 to play. It's a 2-point Switzerland lead here, 4-2. So the winner of this game will be facing South Africa's Team A in the 5th place game at 2:25 today. The runner-up will be facing South Africa's Team B in the 7th placing game at 1:35 today. We also have the women's semi-finals coming up, starting at 11:55. Australia and Spain, and Great Britain and Canada will be battling it out for a spot in today's final. So teams back out on the court. Waller for Switzerland. Waller against Arkoff. Oh, weave into the basket, going on the baseline. And Arkoff, hands on the ball, so a jump ball called. So Kenya will have it. And great defense there from Rahel Arkoff. As Caroline Wanjira subs in for Kenya. Arkoff into Wanjira. Wanjira makes some space, gets it to go into the game. Instant impact from Wanjira. As cuts the lead down to 1. Waller has space under the hoop, it's short. Huber chasing down another loose ball. Will take it all the way and draws the foul. So Vera Huber goes to the line for a shot to increase this Swiss lead. It's a 4-3 lead here. 6:06 to play. Huber started playing in 2019. She said 3x3 is the really perfect opportunity to let every player on the team shine. A high arcing free throw as she puts Switzerland up 2. Wanjira into Arkoff. Arkoff won't go, and back with Switzerland. Huber against Ambassa. Waller's there, fading away. Tough shot as Waller nails it. And it's a 3-point Switzerland lead. Huber off the screen from you. Great space in there from Switzerland as Huber drops in another. And it will be Kenya ball. Switzerland increasing their lead up to 4 points here. Arkoff. Shots up, and that's good! Cuts the lead down to 3, and Rahel Arkoff with a big shot for Kenya. Huber doesn't go, gets her own rebound, it's short, gets her own rebound again though, hustling underneath the basket, tips the ball. Waller comes away with it, a great hustle there from Huber. Just tipping the ball at the right angle for Waller to be able to get it, as her shot doesn't go, but Yude saves it. Oh, can't quite save it inside the lines. So it will be Kenya ball, but you can see Huber just chasing after every single ball out there on the floor as Arkoff doesn't get it to fall. And Switzerland have it back. They have a 3-point lead here with 4:47 to play. Who started playing at just 11 years old, finds Huber underneath the hoop. Doesn't drop, but Waller's there to pick up the loose ball. Great save by you. Back to Waller. Another chance here for Switzerland, doing a really good job on the offensive boards. Shot's going to have to go up at the end of the buzzer, and it won't go. With a hustle from Switzerland, chasing after those offensive rebounds, getting those second chances. Ball hasn't dropped, but some really good looks for them there. As Kenya will look to cut into this lead. Huber knocks the ball out of bounds, and that's the kind of play that you've heard me speak about it before this weekend, but a really disruptive defender. Huber knocking the ball out of bounds, takes a second or two off the shot clock, and with such a short shot clock as we're playing within 3x3, 12 seconds, it's so crucial. Every single second is so crucial. So if you've got a player who's defending and takes a couple of ticks off that clock, they're very, very valuable. So Switzerland ball. Up 7-4 here, just over 4 minutes to play. Waller using the screen from Huber, has Yude to her right. Yude off the glass and in. And that roll to the basket working very successfully for Switzerland. Arkoff looking for some help. Time will expire. That will be a shot clock violation, and we'll take a timeout with 3:51 to play. A 4-point Switzerland lead, up 8-4 here. The winner will face South Africa's Team A in the 5th place placing game. And the runner-up will be facing South Africa's Team B in the 7th place game. Coming up after this game, John Hobbs will be back with you for the men's competition. It will be the men's 5th place semi-final between the UAE and Australia, coming up at 9:50. In the other men's 5th place semi-final, it will be Malaysia and Portugal at 10:15. So all the action live on the IWBF YouTube channel. We've got an absolutely incredible day coming up for you. And we're just getting started here as Huber finds Yude. Yude doesn't get it to go. Waller under pressure is fouled, so Waller will go to the stripe. A free throw to come here for Switzerland. Waller has been such a strong rebounder for the team throughout this competition, and gets the free throw, doing a bit of everything on the floor, offense and defense. Switzerland up to 9 points here. Ambassa, and 12-second shot clock violation. As Switzerland will get it back and take it from the top. Waller under pressure from Arkoff. Waller, good hands there from Arkoff, knocks the ball away. Ambassa has it for Kenya. Arkoff showing off that long reach she has. Makes her such a difficult defender to come up against as she puts up a shot towards the end of the clock. It won't go. But Rahel Arkoff has been doing a really good job defensively all weekend long. She is a wheelchair racer as well. Won the standard chartered at Nairobi Marathon in the 21 kilometer category in 2023. An incredible athlete out there on the court as Yude for Switzerland takes them to 10. Switzerland's highest scoring game of the tournament so far. They were up to 11 against South Africa's Team A yesterday, so can they surpass that here? As travel called against Kenya. It's a 6-point lead for Switzerland, 2:38 to play. Waller. This is over to Huber, finds Jude, shots up and doesn't get the bounce. Rebounds tipped. Huber under pressure is fouled, so Vira Huber will go to the foul line. And you see how Switzerland is taking advantage of those spaces they're finding just underneath the basket on the left and right side. Jude was there for the shot, didn't get it to go, but Huber's there to clean up and gets rewarded with a trip to the line. As the shot is just off the front of the rim. Ball's tipped and chased down by Huber. She is hustling after every single play. And can you get it back here with a chance to chip into this lead? As Ambassador will take it from the top. Arkoth, shots up, won't go. Switzerland possession. And you can see the development of these teams, even over the course of such a short amount of time, as Huber takes it to the basket. It's a 7-point lead for Switzerland. Even over the course of teams having played 3 group games, they played a quarter-final yesterday. Today's playing their 5th games of the tournament, and you can just see the improvement from the first game to now. Teams looking a lot more comfortable out there on the court, having built that familiarity with each other. Some players may be playing in a new team that they haven't necessarily had too much time training with. As Waller doesn't get it to go for Switzerland. Jude's there, in off the glass. And Switzerland with the highest points total of the weekend so far. And this is a Swiss team that have had a lot of time together, so they are one of the teams that are very familiar with each other, but also building that experience in a live game environment. There's nothing like it. There's nothing that you can do in practice to replicate it. As Huber's shot doesn't drop, Waller has the rebound. 5 seconds off the screen from Jude. And ball will go out of bounds. Just over a minute to go here. Switzerland looking at a 5th placing game matchup with South Africa's Team A. Arkoff, shots up, it won't drop. Looked like Switzerland got a hand on that as Huber races over to the court to clear the ball. Waller finds herself underneath the basket. Jude with the rebound. And Waller spinning, fading away. Doesn't go as Wanjira secures it for Kenya. Waller steals the ball. Huber trying to find some space. Puts it up and doesn't get the bounce. Wanjira with a rebound. 18 seconds to go. Kenya need to clear the ball here, but it will be an out of bounds. And Switzerland will have it with 15.6 seconds. Can they get some more points on the board here? Up to 12. Waller working inside, finds a path. Doesn't get it to fall. Ball is loose on the floor with time running down. Kenya have it, but it's taken away by Huber, who will put it up at the buzzer and gets it to go. A long 2 from Huber and takes Switzerland up to 14 if that counts. Referees will review it on the instant replay system. Was it before time expired? We'll get that confirmed for you, but a big win there for Switzerland. Congratulations. They will be moving on to the 5th placing game against South Africa's Team A at 2:25 today. And for Kenya, fighting hard on the boards, Rahel Arkoff putting in a shift defensively. They will be playing South Africa's Team B in the 7th place placing game at 1:35 today. So referee's going to confirm whether the shot is good, and it is, oh, it's waved off. No, it counts. It's on the board, so a 14-4 win for Switzerland over Kenya. The 5th place game and 7th place games are set. Stay tuned to the IWBF YouTube channel. All the action coming up later, but right now we will go over to John Hobbs, who will take you through the men's 5th place semi-final games.
Ladies and gentlemen, next to the dance, the men from the UAE taking on Australia. Coming in for the UAE, wearing number 10, Al-Hashim Mohammed. At number 15, Ramzan Murad Jassim. At number 23, Al-Nabi Mansour. At 69, Al-Hashmi Mohammed Hashel. Give it up for the UAE. And coming in from down under. And number 5, Thomas Klein. And number 6, Leslie Dalton. And number 13, Luke Popo. And number 14, welcome Jake Covenant.
Hello everyone, welcome to Sun City, South Africa. It's the final day of action here at the inaugural IWBF 3x3 World Championships as the focus now switches to the men as the United Arab Emirates take on Australia. Mohammed Al-Hashmi, Mohammed Al-Hebzi, Mansour Al-Naqbi and Jazim Ramzan. For the United Arab Emirates, Thomas Klein, Lachlan Dalton, Luke Popel and Jake Kavanagh. For Australia, this is the classification games for 5th place. And coming up after this game, we will have Malaysia against Portugal in our morning session. As the focus to the women's side, starting at 11:55 local time, we'll switch to the semi-finals. But for now, The focus is on the men as Australia get us underway against the United Arab Emirates. As Klein misses inside. And Al-Nakbi gets the first score. Dalton needs to get it over the perimeter. Now he does, and now Australia can break. Dalton, Popel, uses the bank to great effect. Tied at 1, early doors here in our classification for 5th place. At the first ever IWBF 3x3 World Championships, it's been an absolutely unforgettable event here in Sun City, South Africa, as Lockie Dalton goes to the cup. Shot no good from Al-Nakbi and put in by Al-Hebzi. Australia narrowly losing their quarter-final yesterday to Canada 12-9. The United Arab Emirates losing out to Austria 18-7. Our semi-final lineup later on: Australia against Canada, Spain against Poland, and all the games here on the IWBF YouTube channel. We thank you so very, very much for joining us. It's the final day, and who will be crowned the first ever World 3x3 champions? Here is Dalton putting the moves on Al-Hebzi, and he'll go to the line. Lachlan Dalton, the man from Melbourne, 24-year-old, makes the free throw. And the Aussies out to a 3-2 advantage here. Just coming up to 2 minutes played in this classification game for 5th. That'll be a shot clock violation, and Australia will get the ball back. Dalton. Good pass, and Kavanagh left it for Klein. Kavanagh now gets it, and a whistle has gone. As Luke Popel will come in, Lachlan Dalton will head for a breather. Mohammed Al-Hashmi waiting in the wings for the United Arab Emirates, who started this tournament so brightly, finished top of Pool A. And a 3-second violation is the call. There's Jassim Ramzan camping out in the paint. Kavanagh rattles in a mid-range. And Australia out to a 4-2 lead. Of course, all buckets count as 1s and 2s in 3x3 basketball, and a shot clock violation. Kavanagh. Australia given freedom of the land from mid-range. That was an air ball though. UAE giving some respect to the mid-range shooters and letting them shoot, but as the game wears on, that could be a very risky tactic to use. Ramzan with the ball. Al-Nakbi. Al-Hebzi there, cut to the basket. Al-Nakbi didn't need him. Popel, hounded by Al-Hebzi. Or Al-Nakbi, excuse me. Klein. Ramzan. Australia now with a bit of separation here, and they get the steal. Popel. twisting, turning. Kavanagh missing. Al-Nakbi. Al-Nakbi has to heave it and banks it home. Well, we've seen a few of them in these 3x3 World Championships. Hail Marys. And they have been answered as Kavanagh goes strong and it goes in off balance. Great degree of difficulty, but makes it count. And it's 6-5 to the Aussies. Al-Nakbi. Ramzan fading away. Here is Popel. Popel goes to the basket. Beautiful use of the chair there to create some space for himself. Find the right shot. And a score from Al-Nakbi. Both teams trading baskets now, but Australia with possession, looking to retake the lead. Popel almost ran out of room. And we have a timeout on the floor with 5:31 remaining. Nothing separating the two teams right now. Australia got off to a solid start, but the United Arab Emirates hitting back. And that two-pointer on the buzzer from Al-Nakbi certainly energizing the Middle Eastern team in our classification for 5th here in Sun City. A big welcome to everyone joining us on the IWBF YouTube channel as the festival of 3x3 basketball continues here on the Southern Hemisphere. Here in this glorious resort, Sun City, just outside of Rustenburg on the Bakubong village on the northwest province of this fantastic country. And the players, the coaches, the volunteers, all adjusting to the climate here in the northwest province. We are 8,500 feet above sea level here as well. Not made much easier as well with the commentary team here being perched up on the upper deck. But we're having fun, don't worry. As the game continues out of the timeout, here is Popel. Dalton. 6 to shoot. Dalton has a bit of room. And cashes in. Al-Nakbi under pressure. Great defense from Popel. And on the follow, the miss there from Al-Hebzi. As Al-Nakbi just getting up. Just adjusting the strap on his leg, and we are now back underway. Popel. At the elbow is Lachlan. Dalton rattles it in. Lockie Dalton with the midi. Al-Nakbi sets himself and it just rolls out. Australia with a 2-point cushion. Over halfway. Dalton pass to Klein. Klein had his pass intercepted, but a whistle had gone. 3 team fouls now for the United Arab Emirates. Once you get over 6, it's free throws to the opposition. Popel. Dalton, catch and shoot, money. And now Australia with their biggest lead of the game. Ramzan looking to change that. Under great pressure from Popel, gets it in anyway. Good defense, better offense. Dalton. Dalton doesn't get it to drop. What a star Lockie Dalton has been here in South Africa. An established 3x3 player in his own right as well. Gets the rebound, gets his glasses knocked off, so he's incapacitated for a little bit. And I don't think that will count. As Dalton just had to adjust himself. The referee's just going to have a quick word. Coming up after this game, our second game on the classification round for 5th, as Malaysia take on Portugal, and then our classification for 13th place begins as Kenya take on South Africa in an all IWBF Africa affair. That should be a feisty encounter. We have a timeout on the floor. 3:45 to play. Still anybody's ball game. Australia have a 2-point lead, 10-8. Crucially as well, Australia have not committed a foul in this contest. United Arab Emirates, who have been prone to fouling throughout these World Championships, with 3 team fouls to their name. In the first global tournament for wheelchair basketball in the 3x3 format, as IWBF aims to expand its reach, grow the games further, make it even more accessible to the newer nations taking part. Of course, we have several new nations in these World Championships, as the United Arab Emirates have had a point taken off them for an earlier shot that was deemed a shot clock violation. So Australia back to a 3-point cushion here, as Popel strings a 2. And now that gap grows even further. Al-Nakbi looks to answer back. Al-Hebzi misses the putback. Popel looks to go back-to-back but can't get it to fall. Of course, we're talking about some of the new nations: Slovenia, United Arab Emirates, Kenya, newcomers to the world stage. Of course, we just saw Switzerland get the win on the grand stage as well. Of course, Switzerland wheelchair basketball established with the men. The women just getting started on their own journey. As Dalton along the baseline creates a bit of room for himself and puts it in. And at the other side, it's Ramzan under the hoop. 2:50 to play. Kavanagh, Dalton, beautiful. Simple but effective. Al-Nakbi, got to put it up, does so, and nearly banked it home. Well, we've seen a few of them. We have seen one already in this contest. And United Arab Emirates want to talk it out with 2:28 to play, 14-8. It is the final day of action at the IWBF 3x3 World Championships. We certainly hope you've enjoyed the viewing wherever you are across the world. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the IWBF YouTube channel. Follow us on all social media platforms. I'm sure you know by now which platforms they are. Plenty more exciting wheelchair basketball action to come. The America's Cup taking place in Bogota, Colombia. The European Championships taking place in Sarajevo in Bosnia-Herzegovina. Of course, we build up to the World Championships next year in Ottawa. For all the information on the Continental Championships. Hit up IWBF.org. All the info lies there. Here is Ramzan. Ramzan looked to go over Kavanagh, gives it up to Al-Nakbi, who got the shot just in time. And the Aussies now racing away, and they want to create even more separation. That's a beautiful pass, and Kavanagh does the rest. Pretty pass from Luke Popel. Ramzan over Kavanagh, strings one. And Kavanagh gets it to go. And now both teams trading baskets, but it only favours the Aussies. Ramzan loses the ball. Here is Lockie Dalton. Dalton down Main Street, but fluffs his lines. Ball is loose, goes out of bounds. Of course, got to give a big shout out to the event organisers, WBSA, Wheelchair Basketball South Africa. They have put on an extraordinary event as Al-Nakbi smacks the backboard with his two. Popel. Coming up to a minute to play. I think unsportsmanlike foul was called. Yes, it was. Both teams didn't even hear the whistle called there, but we will get free throws for the Aussies as they will look to create even more separation as a close game has been broken off the chains in the last 2 minutes or so. And Australia on their way to victory. Popel. Why not? Just goes for it off the window. And the United Arab Emirates' fate well and truly sealed now. Al-Nakbi will airball that. Good defense from Jake Kavanagh, the Western Australian Institute of Sport scholarship holder. He certainly progressed through the ranks of the Australia team from the junior to the senior setup. Now the 3x3 team can be added to his resume. 2 to shoot. And Australia will wind down the clock. United Arab Emirates with the ball. Al-Nakbi doesn't get that to go. Here is Kavanagh. And that's easy as you like for Jake Kavanagh. As the seconds tick down, and Australia get a 19-9 win. It was a close game, and then in the final 3 minutes, Australia upped the gears and accelerated away from the United Arab Emirates. It's finished Australia 19, the United Arab Emirates 9. Up next, it is Malaysia against Portugal as the morning session on the final day of action here in Sun City continues.
Ladies and gentlemen, next on the dance floor is the man from Malaysia taking on Portugal. First on the floor, wearing number 7, Rasali Patrick. Coming in at 8, Frida Yebin Tan. And number 9, Kartik Kanapati. And number 11, Muhammad Atif Zakaria. Give it up for Malaysia. And now welcoming the man from Portugal. Coming in at number 6, Pedro. And number 10, Alexandre Conde. Coming in at number 12, Yone Caneiro. And at number 13, João Reis.
All over the social media channels. It was a huge shot. And to do that, just follow the IWBF on all social media platforms as Portugal also onto the floor. So for Malaysia, Razali Kansik, Karthik Pathi, Mohamed Atib Zakaria, and Ye Bintan. And for Portugal, Pedro Bartolo, Jorge Carneiro, Alexandre Conde, and Joel Reis. Our awesome officials who have done an incredible job throughout these 3 days. Will take charge. So Malaysia in white, Portugal in the red will get us underway. Malaysia, as said, with that viral moment yesterday with Zakaria's game winner against Croatia, as Kanpik misses from close range. Here is Heiss. Joel Heiss connects with the mid-range. Kansik finds Pathi. Pathi all alone, and his shot smacks the top of the backboard. Bartolo. Heiss. And Zakaria the rebound. Kansik a 2, strings a 2. And Bartolo's pass intended for Jorge Carneiro goes out of bounds. 2-1 early doors. Malaysia against Portugal, the classification for 5th place, as the focus switches to the classification rounds for 13th place after this game, an all-Africa game between Kenya and South Africa. And 3-second violation on Mohamed Atib Zakaria there. Bartolo. Carneiro. Beautiful move from Jorge Carneiro. under great pressure, gets it to go anyway. Malaysia a tough side under the basket defensively. Zakraya airballs the two. And there'll be a shot clock violation. 10-minute games, first to 21, or whoever leads after 10 minutes, 12-second shot clocks. As these players have to think very fast and get their offensive set moving, unlike the more methodical 24 seconds in the traditional 5-on-5 version, as Kancic makes the mid-range. Kancic, a marathon enthusiast, competes in regular marathons around Kuala Lumpur. And has 3x3 experience. A number of these Malaysia players have actually got extensive 3x3 experience, mainly playing around Asia, in particular China and Cambodia. As Carnero under the cup, and he'll get it to fall. Well, we talk about Malaysia's defensive strength under the basket, but Portugal exploiting some weaknesses right now that we haven't seen from Malaysia. And a 3-second violation has been called. Bartolo misses. 4-3 in favour of Malaysia here as we come up to 3 minutes played here in the final day at Sun City. Zakraya. Pathy in space. Pathy in rhythm. Bartolo. Bartolo, Carnero. Carnero misses from close range. As Kancic has it. Not afraid to shoot. Malaysia, a good long-range shooting team. That pass from Joel Hees asking a little too much of Pedro Bartolo. As the timeout is called, with 6:53 remaining, Malaysia have a 5-3 lead over Portugal. Of course, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the IWBF YouTube channel. Follow us on all social media platforms as you see the Portugal team there just having their team talk. Of course, the head coaches for teams and nations in 3x3 basketball not allowed on the court, or not allowed on the sidelines or end lines. So the players are their own coaches when game time is here. As Zakraya misses the mid-range. Ball goes out of bounds. Of course, as we said at the top, Malaysia have given us a viral moment in these 3x3 World Championships as Mohamed Atib Zakraya's game winner on the buzzer yesterday against Croatia caused a bit of a buzz, not just on social media but also here in Sun City, as Joel Hees with his own mid-range. And that will go out of bounds as Razali Kancic can't hold on. Joel Hees. He's trying to find some room. Gives it up to Carnero, whose layup is no good. Zakraya. Zakraya breaks free. And Pathy gets the friendly roll. Malaysia had the numbers. Bartolo, Hees. And Hees, under a great degree of difficulty, smacks the back iron with his shot. Of course, coming up next. It is an all-Africa affair. Kenya taking on South Africa. That scheduled to begin at 10:40 local time. And that's followed by Egypt against Slovenia in the battle for 11th place. And then in the classification for 9th at 11:30 local time, it's Croatia against Great Britain. And a whistle has gone, the foul is called, the basket is good from Jorge Carneiro, the 33-year-old, with the score. Normally a defensive-minded player, Jorge Carneiro, but obviously in the 3x3 format you have to be a little more offensive-minded. Pathy to the basket, no good. And he's with the rebound. Bartolo. And the pass there, poor pass really from Bartolo, who accepts responsibility as Jorge Carneiro couldn't hold on. Heath buries a two. The splash from downtown. Malaysia now trailing by a point. There's Portugal, who have trailed for the majority, now find themselves in the driving seat. They want to stay there as well, and Heath buries a shot from the corner pocket. Zakaria. He's no good with that shot. Pathy's pass difficult to contain, and the ball rolls out of bounds and right onto the IWBF table. We have a timeout here with 4:46 to play. Malaysia 6, Portugal 8. And once again, a big thank you to everyone joining us on the IWBF YouTube channel for all the information on what games are happening today. Head up IWBF.org. Of course, following on from this game, as mentioned earlier, Kenya against South Africa, an all-African clash. Followed by the classification for 11th place, Egypt, Slovenia. And then at 11:30 local time, Croatia against Great Britain. And then the focus turns to the semi-finals for the women. And Kaz Bullock is fired up for the semi-finals. It should be an incredible occasion as we crown a first world champion in 3x3 wheelchair basketball as Carneiro hits under the hoop. Zakaria can't hit from mid-range. Bartolo. That's short. 9-6. Portugal in the ascendancy. As Ye Bing Tan into the game misses the midi. Heath. Bartolo, that's beautiful pass. Beautiful basketball from Portugal. The move of the morning, that is. And as a result, they have a 4-point lead, their biggest of the game, biggest overall, and that's a shot clock violation. Or excuse me, that's not a shot clock violation. I think Malaysia didn't get it off in time, and another timeout has been called on the floor, 3:39 to play. Just the one team foul for either team. Malaysia, the culprits. Portugal, incredibly well-disciplined. It's actually been a very well-disciplined 3x3 World Championships for these teams. Referees keeping the players in check here in Sun City. Of course, our big thank you to our event organisers, Wheelchair Basketball for South Africa. As I said that, I coughed. Well, these things do happen. As Heath back irons the mid-range. As Zaclaia misses, one-handed over two Portuguese defenders. Mohamed Atib Zaclaia, of course, sounding like a broken record, but that buzzer beater against Croatia, what a highlight that was. And just like that, Kancic with almost a carbon copy of that game winner, but it's coming a bit too early. 3 minutes to go here. Malaysia trailing by 3 as the ball goes out of bounds. Pathy, Kancic misses. Pathy and Bartolo fighting for it. Great to have the Portuguese fans in attendance and letting us know they are supporting their nation here in Sun City, albeit via the YouTube channel, but you're a part of history. It's great to have you all on board. As this incredible sport that captures the imagination of millions of people across the world enters the 3x3 sphere as the IWBF aims to grow the game further. Heath off balance, doesn't get it to fall. Here is Pathy. Pathy can't hold on. Heath did a great job of getting his hands in the way. Pathy, Kancic, 7 to shoot. Kancic off the window and down. Malaysia within 2 and a steal. Oh, and the pass from Zaclaia agonizingly slips the hands of Kancic. It goes out of bounds. A collective ooh and ah from some of the crowd behind us here on the commentary booth. Bartolo, that's a 1-pointer. And it's a 3-point game. Zaclaia in and out with the 2. Bartolo, 1:48 to play. Still anybody's ball game here. Portugal have the advantage. Carneiro, Heath sets himself and banks it home. Vital bucket. One along the baseline, no good from Kancic. Heath. Joel Heath with 4 to shoot. Gets it up in time, but that's no good. Kancic has it. And now Malaysia. Time is not their friend. Kancic goes for it and misses it all. .108 to play. And Portugal can be a little more methodical with their offense, if such a thing exists in 3x3. Whereas Malaysia will probably have to go for broke now. As Heath misses the mid-range. Zaclaia a 2, puts it in. And the ball goes out of bounds, and the Malaysia fans making themselves known on the IWBF YouTube channel. There's only 2 points in it. 44.6 to play. Pathy. Zaclaia. Pathy with a bit of room. A scoop layup, no good. Bartolo, 6 to shoot for Portugal. Heath. It's batted out of bounds and right into the lap of the local photographer. Portugal possession, 25.1 to go. Time slipping away from the proud Malaysians. They won't give it up though, but a basket here will do the trick for Portugal. A whistle has gone, 3-second violation. Now Malaysia, they've hit a couple of twos, they've come up clutch before. Anything can happen here in 3x3 basketball. Malaysia, typical of that. They've done it before. Can they do it here? Zaklaya doesn't get the friendly roll. It rims out. Portugal still have it. The seconds ticking down. Portugal hanging on. Well, this has been a fantastic contest, particularly in the last 2 minutes. Bartolo wants to hang on. He's fouled. It's an unsportsmanlike foul on Pappy, and that'll do it. 7/10 of a second remaining. What a game we've had here in the classification for 5th. As the focus now turns to the classification rounds for 13th, and a tasty All-African encounter between Kenya and South Africa awaits. Both teams warming up on the practice courts behind us, and Portugal have weathered the Malaysian storm and have come away with a 13-10 win. But a great game from both teams. They gave it their all. They left it all out on the floor. But in the end, the European side, Portugal, get the better of Malaysia, 14-10. Up next, Kenya, South Africa.
South Africa. And first to take the floor, it is Kenya. At number 4, Caleb Odillo. Coming in at number 5, Italian T-Roy. And 7, Milton Ilahuya. Welcome number 14, Robert Kimoto. They prepare to dance with the hosts as we welcome South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 8, Zakele Sheneme. At number 9, Paul Bukezi.
Well, we welcome you back to Sun City, South Africa, and it is the turn of the host nation, South Africa, as they take on Kenya in our classification game for 13th place. Hello everyone, welcome back to the IWBF YouTube channel. John Hobbs on hand, bringing you the action on the men's portion of these IWBF 3x3 World Championships. There are South Africa in your picture. Gift Muketse, Zakele Shalembe, Gola Yalezu, and Shane Williams. For Kenya, Caleb Odio, Itiken Temoy, Milton Ilahoya, and Robert Kimothu. Following on from this, we switch to the classification game for 11th place as Egypt take on Slovenia. And the men's portion for the morning ends with Croatia against Great Britain in the classification game for 9th place. And then starting at 11:55 local time, it is the women's semi-finals, starting with Australia against Spain, as the business gets a little more intense. And South Africa off the mark first as Shalembe with the mid-range, and answered right back by Caleb Odio. Here is Shalembe, Williams inside. Williams hits the deck and the whistle has gone. Shalembe, Yalezu in great space but can't get it to go under the hoop. Kimothu, Odio in rhythm and in space, and he'll get it to go. Well, he won't. 3-second violation has been called. Referee's doing a great job in spotting the 3-second violation. There's a great deal of difficulty in calling that as opposed to in the traditional 5-on-5 game as Williams hits inside. Kenya need to get the ball over the perimeter, but South Africa come up with it. Yalezu, full head of speed. He has been a revelation in these 3x3 World Championships. Gola Yalezu, as Odio misses for Kenya. Here is Shalembe. Shalembe, beautiful pass, and Williams does the rest. What a pass from Zakele Shalembe. And South Africa have raced to a 4-1 lead. And the shot will just about falls in from the veteran Itaken Tamoy. And again, Yalezu, we call him the king of the circus shot. He nearly pulled it out again. Some of the shots that the South African number 10 has made here on this court has been outrageous. And he tries it again. He doesn't do things easy, does Gola Yalezu. For the shoot, and Robert Kimothu is out of bounds. Robert Kimothu, a huge parasport enthusiast, plays at many parasports around Kenya, and also a very good DJ as well. So if you're ever in Nairobi or any surrounding areas near the capital, hit him up as Williams hits the layup. Kimothu, Adio for the shoot for Caleb Adio. Tries to go glass, but too strong. Yalezu short with the two. Williams, that's a difficult shot, somehow hit the rim. And a foul called on Kenya. That's the first foul of the game. South Africa up 5-2, 7:22 to play. 10-minute games, 12-second shot clocks here in 3x3 basketball. 8 to shoot. The tap pass from Williams. And the finish from Yalezu. Doing Kumbo proud is Gola Yalezu. The town or the village that Yalezu lives in only has a population of just under 4,000 people. Very small village in Eastern Cape. Shalembe blocked by Kimothu, and there to pick up the loose pieces is Yalezu. Adio, and that misses everything. And we have a timeout, 6:45 to play, and so far, the African Giants of South Africa hold a 7-2 advantage over their counterparts, Kenya. As we welcome you to the IWBF YouTube channel, 3x3 World Championships on tap. And we have some Great Britain fans in the live chat patiently waiting. You won't have to wait long. You're on at 11:30 local time as Williams puts it in. Great Britain taking on Kenya in the battle for the classification 9th place. Offensive foul has been called as Robert Kimothu is on the floor. And we just have a brief break in play as Robert Kimothu is helped up by Itaken Tamoy, Milton Ilahoya, and South Africa's Shane Williams. Here is Williams. Williams surveying what's before him, decides to go inside to Yalezu. Ilahoya, Kimothu, and that pass was intended for Itaken Tamoy, but he had his back to the ball. And the ball rolls out of bounds. Shane Williams. Williams off the back iron. And Yalezu did well to keep the ball alive and collect the pass. That was a bullet pass from Shalembe. Yalezu with 3 to shoot. The lefty. This is the... Well, it would have been a one-pointer. And well kept in by Shalembe, the quick number 8 for South Africa, but it's right to Ilahoya. Ball is loose. Shalembe zipping around the court. Passes it to Williams. What a pass. Shane Williams, though, fluffs the lines. Kimothu passes intercepted by Williams. For the shoot. Ilahoya, they've got to go. We have a brief break in play. Shot clock is at 3, and then it accidentally went to 11. As the shot clock now reset to 3, and we can restart. And it was a scrappy offense there, so maybe a good thing for Kenya. As Ilahoya doesn't get the 2, and the ball will go out of bounds right into the hands of Gift Muketse. Yalezu with 4 on the shot clock. Loses the handle, gives it up. Shalembe does the rest. 10-2 to South Africa, who have not registered a win here on their home floor. And they are 4 minutes and 54 seconds away from doing so. Shot is up and no good. Ilahoya, and he puts it in, and a 3rd score of the game for Kenya. Yalezu down Main Street. And that shot is long. That'll be a South Africa ball, though, as the ball came off Itiken Tamoy. Proud moment for Itiken Tamoy, who's represented Kenya all over Africa. First time representing his nation on the world stage. Beautiful basketball from South Africa as Gift Muketse gifts Shalembe the score, no pun intended. In and out there. And Kenya still have it. Shane Williams with the rebound. Here is Muketse. Muketse again, the bounce pass. And the duo of Muketse and Shalembe causing Kenya problems. Kimothu misses the midi. Here is Williams. Muketse cutting to the basket. He's all alone, and the finish. 13-3. And South Africa rampant on their home floor. Shot no good from Tamoy. Shane Williams. Williams going around the defense. And the whistle is gone. As we see some of the highlights from what has been a fantastic game for the host nation, South Africa, leading Kenya 13-3. Of course, following on from this game, the classification rounds go to 11th place as Egypt take on Slovenia. And then it's the battle for 9th to start as Croatia take on Great Britain. And then it's the women's semi-finals as Australia take on Spain. And Great Britain take on Canada as we look to crown a first ever 3x3 world champion. Itiken Tamoy. The turnaround from Ilahoya doesn't go. Gift Muketse. Muketse. Beautiful pass, Williams, and the finish from Muketse. South Africa getting a little flashy, a little razzmatazz. Long range drops in from Milton Ilahoya. Muketse. Williams, that's off the, well, it just grazed the rim. So play continues. Ilahoya puts it in. Here come Kenya. Muketse 2:28 to play. Muketse steadies the ship. Here is Kimothu Ilahoya. And the ball goes out of bounds. Here is Shalembe. Shalembe, self-service. As Kimothu way off with the mid-range. Ken Tamoy's path blocked by Muketse and Williams, and we're probably going to have a warning here for Kenya for an unfair check, as play will now restart. Muketse breaks clear of the pack, and it's 2-on-1. It's too easy for South Africa. 1:45 to play. Double-digit lead restored. That's a 3-second violation. Muketse going it alone, and no good there, but he got the steal. There'll be a Kenya ball. In fact, the whistle, I think, might have gone beforehand. Oh, no, excuse me, it is a Kenya ball. As Ilahoya misses the 2, and now it's desperation time for Kenya, as South Africa close in on a first ever 3x3 World Championship win on the final day, and this is a proud moment for them. Still 1:12 to play, but they have done their country proud. They've been such a tenacious team, as Muketse with the free throw line shot. And Kimothu answers back for Kenya. 54.5 to play. But yes, South Africa have been such a competitive team. They've not made it easy for their opposition, and finally they get their just rewards of victory here on the final day. Ken Tamoy has it, but while Kenya will suffer defeat, they too have been an absolutely incredible side. Newcomers to the world stage, as Yalezu is fouled, nearly got the shot to go. But Kenya can certainly hold their heads high. There's still another few games to go in the day. But the men and the women of Kenya have done their country proud. They've left it all out on the floor, as Yalezu gets it to go. It's Ken Tamoy, turns the ball over. Yalezu, what's he got in the locker? Oh, there it is, the behind the back pass. Showtime! As Williams puts it in. And that's a great way to end this game. That basket won't count, but South Africa have beaten Kenya 20-8. And a fantastic, historic win for the proud South Africans. Commiserations to Kenya on that one. They battled hard. They've been battling all the way through these 3x3 World Championships. But for now, it's a South Africa win, 20-8, much to the delight of the women's team, proudly waving the South African flag. Up next, it is Egypt against Slovenia as the classification games continue as we switch to 11th place.
First to take the floor, representing Egypt. Welcome, jersey number 4, Topa Mahdi. Coming in at number 5, Mahdi Abbas. Mohammed Abdelaziz. And net number 9, Ashraf Ammar. Give it up for Egypt. Coming in on the floor with them, it's the man from Slovenia. Welcome, winner number 3, Haris Kuzmanovic. And number 5, Milan Slavnikov. And at number 77, David Stojančić.
Hello everyone, we welcome you back to Sun City. There is the Slovenia team as they take on Egypt as we focus our attention to the classification rounds for 11th place. Hello everyone, we welcome you back to the Sun City Super Bowl. John Hobbs on hand, bringing you the action as we wind down the morning session for the men before the women's semi-finals commences. That's due to start 5 minutes before 12 noon here local time. Of course, you saw a lovely video of the stunning Sun City Resort here in the northwest province of South Africa. We strongly urge, if you're ever planning a holiday and you are thinking of heading to South Africa, then the Sun City Resort will more than make you happy. It's an incredible place to be, so much to see and do. As we get set to start, Egypt will begin this game. Slovenia still without the services of Robbie Boyant, who is here now, but has still got an injury which will keep him out of this game. And as a result, Slovenia's 3 players go over the classification points limit of 8.5 in 3x3. So Slovenia will now commence the game with 2 players. And free throws for Egypt, which they miss. So now we will have David Skoranc and Haris Kudusevic on the floor for Slovenia. Magdi Abbas on the ball for Egypt. And here is Ashraf Anmar. He'll give it up to Toba Nagdi, who scores. Milan Slavnikov waiting in the wings for Slovenia. And Mohammed Abdelaziz, who has been one of the stars for Egypt here in South Africa, starting on the end line for Egypt as Ashraf Anmar makes it 2-0. Kudusevic at 2. And we have seen in the last few games for Slovenia, they have had to rely really on long-range shots, and some teams have utilised double-team tactics whenever a Slovenian player is on the ball. But Slovenia have battled, no doubt about it. They really gave Great Britain a game in the final game last night. Here is Kudusevic. Kudusevic's pass hits, inadvertently hits Ashraf Anmar on the back, but it's a shot clock violation anyway. So Egypt will get the ball. Of course, after this game, we will have Croatia against Great Britain as the classification games move to 9th place. Magdi Abbas from the foul line gets it, and it's 3-0 to Egypt. Ball is loose, and it will roll out of bounds. There is Magdi Abbas, one of the premier shooters of this Egyptian team, as he throws up a 2, and that smacks the bottom of the backboard. We've seen him hit a few of them here in Sun City. Haris Kudasevich, who's a good shooter in his own right, misses. And a tough make there from Tuba Nagdi. Doesn't fall, but a whistle has gone, and Tuba Nagdi will go to the line as Milan Slapnishar, the veteran, comes in. Robbie Boyant with the team staff for Slovenia. His right leg taped up, but in good spirits. Suffered the injury yesterday. And it's certainly great to see Robbie Boyant here in the Super Bowl. Haris Kudasevich just a little too enthusiastic and immediately apologises. Abdelaziz into the game and on the ball for Egypt. Ashraf Anmar doesn't get it. The ball is out of bounds. Slapnishar nearly got fouled there by Abdelaziz. Still has the ball. Slovenia yet to get off the mark in this one. Kudasevich high off the glass. Agonizingly rims out. Got to give it up to Slovenia as well. They've been getting some good looks despite being a player short on the floor. .7:35 to play. Egypt up 3-0. Slapnishar on the ball. Still has it along the baseline. That's short. Abdelaziz batters it to Tuba Nagdi, who has the ball still for Egypt. 6 to shoot. Abdelaziz has it. Nagdi can't hold on. Good defense there from Kudasevich. And the pass from Slapnishar can't reach Kudasevich. Haris Kudasevich plays his basketball for Parasport Slovenia back home. Here is Magdi Abbas, can't get it. Kudasevich bats it to Slapnishar for the rebound. Kudasevich can't break clear. Slapnishar might have to go it alone. Kudasevich now in position, but Slapnishar will get it up and can't get it to fall. Here is Abdelaziz. 7 to shoot now for Egypt. Anmar, no good. Egypt going a little cold from the field here. As Kudasevich's dribble is batted out of bounds by Magdi Abbas. And we have a timeout on the floor. 6:31 to play. Egypt 3, Slovenia 0. As we prepare for the first semi-finals, starting at 11:55 local time. Australia take on Spain. That is followed by Great Britain and Canada. Of course, before that, we have the classification for 9th place with the men, as Croatia take on Great Britain. The Great Britain fans taking their seats to our right. No doubt you'll be hearing them as a shot clock violation is called. And yeah, no doubt you'll be hearing them in attendance. The fans of Great Britain were so well supported a couple of months ago in Brazil for the Under-23 World Championships. They made a lot of friends out there in Sao Paulo. Here is Slapnishar along the baseline. That's way off. Abbas Abbas is given some freedom, and he'll bank it home. 4-0 to Egypt. Skoranch, that's a one-pointer. It's long. Magdi Abbas has it. Magdi Abbas lobs it to Ashraf Anmar, and he'll get it to fall. Of course, Slovenia, with only 2 players on the court, will have to almost exclusively give Egypt 2 pointers. As Slovenia now off the mark with David Skoranch. Abbas. Adilaziz misses. You briefly saw the tunnel there. Abbas. A 2. Money. Slapnishar. Slapnishar sees a bit of daylight inside and agonizingly drops out. The veteran there saw a slither of room and looked to exploit it. As Adilaziz will now go for 2. That smacks the front of the rim. And into the waiting hands of Ashraf Anmar. Anmar keeping his dribble alive, puts it up, knocks it down. Such a smooth release, a really consistent mid-range shooter, the number 9 for Egypt. Skoranch looks to respond. 8-2. As we are past the halfway point here in this game, classification for 11th spot. Kudasevic. Kudasevic still has it, doesn't get it. Beautiful pass, and Abbas misses inside. Skoranch now on the ball. Kudasevic, he buries it from the baseline. Adilaziz. Abbas, beautiful basketball from Egypt, and Anmar can't finish it off. Egypt, as the ball goes out of bounds, we have a timeout on the floor. Of course, as well as the women's semi-finals, we also have the men's semi-finals today. That's due to tip off and begin at 12:45 local time as Austria take on Canada, and at 1:10 local time it'll be Spain against Poland in an all-European affair. As the classification games will continue after the semi-finals for 7th place in the women. South Africa's second team take on Kenya. Malaysia take on the United Arab Emirates. So much basketball to come here in Sun City. It's the final day of the inaugural IWBF 3x3 World Championships here on the IWBF YouTube channel. Kudasevic, Slapnishar, that's Skoranch with the score. Magdi Abbas, Adilaziz. That's a beautiful pass from Adilaziz, and Kudasevic thought he had a clean block, but referees doesn't agree. And Tuba Nagdi will go for a free throw. 2:59 to play. Slovenia have more than held their own here against the stubborn Egyptians, who, again, like the United Arab Emirates on the first day, were outstanding, undefeated, and then they dropped their first 2 games yesterday as Kudasevic off the back iron with the 2. Nagdi rebounds. Abbas, that's a 2. That's off the back iron. And Tuba Nagdi can't hold on, so Slovenia will have it. 2:39 to play. Croatia and Great Britain warming up on the practice courts behind us. You can probably just about see Great Britain getting some shots up on the top left-hand side of your screen. Abbas, good defense there from Kudasevic. Nagdi misses the shot inside, and Adil Aziz is there to clean it up. Or in fact, no, a shot clock violation has been called. So that basket will be wiped off. Skoranc with a Savic. Kudasevic with one hand. Misses the shot from the corner pocket. Magdi Abbas puts in a two. Magdi Abbas from the top. Skoranc. Kudasevic reaches to get it, but can't hang on to it. 1:54 to play. 11-4 in favour of Egypt. As Milan Slepnisha comes back in, David Skoranc comes out. Magdi Abbas on the ball. That's another two-pointer. Splashes one. As the shot is good, off balance and fading away. Haris Kudasevic. Adil Aziz. He can't get his two to go. Kudasevic still with it. Slepnisha under the hoop, and he was off balance. Gets his own rebound, and he puts it in, and a foul. They have two players, but they have the heart of three right now. Do Slovenia, as they aim to carve their own path in the basketball world here at the wheelchair basketball sphere. Or Slovenia, such a proud basketball nation. Adil Aziz, there is Nagdi, the finish. Kudasevic gets it to go. 14-8 to Egypt as we enter the final minute. We have an unsportsmanlike foul away from the ball. It's on, I believe it's on Haris Kudasevic. Bit of frustration from Slovenia's number 3. So Nagdi will go to the line for free throws. And really a chance to just settle the tie once and for all. There's Croatia and Great Britain warm up. They're up next, and then it's time for the semi-finals. We have Australia against Spain up first. That will start at around 11:55 local time, and then after that it is Great Britain against Canada. And my colleague Kaz Bullock is on hand, getting us ready for the women's semi-finals. And she is warming up as well. She's even eating a Nando's as we speak. Kudasevic has the ball. Here is Milan Slepnisha, puts it in from short distance. 33 seconds to play. Ball goes out of bounds. Adil Aziz goes for two, and that's off the bottom of the backboard. And it's taken instead by Tuba Nagdi. As we enter the final 22 seconds of this game, it's been a very physical contest. Slovenia could certainly hang their heads high. They have battled and have shown a great amount of pride, but Egypt will come away with the win. They've been professional, they've been methodical at times, good shooting, smart passing, and they will get the job done here. Abbas, Adil blocked by Kudasevic. Not in my house, says Haris Kudasevic. Abbas will go for the two, and that's no good. 3.2 to play. 15-9 to Egypt. As Kudasevic will let one fly, and that'll do it. Egypt 15, Slovenia 9 is your final. As the classification for 11th spot will heat up. As the focus now switches to 9th spot. As Croatia take on Great Britain. That is coming up next.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is on to our next contest. A game between Croatia and the Great Britain. Welcoming onto the floor first, the man from Croatia. And coming in, wearing jersey number 7, Stefan Pešić. I'm a big boy now, I'm going away and I sold my cow. Coming in at number 8, Nikolaj
Well, we welcome you back to Sun City, and it's the final session for the men before the women take the stage for the semi-finals. And this, the battle on the classification games for 9th as Croatia take on Great Britain. These two teams played each other in Group A on day one. Croatia coming away with the victory. Great Britain keen to get a little bit of revenge on the final day. As you see there, Stipan Pesic, Nikola Bistrovic, Ademir Demirovic and Ante Stimac for Croatia. As Callum Sloan, Finlay Erskine, Ben Leach and Finlay Tonner will take the floor for Great Britain. Of course, a team made up almost exclusively of athletes from Scotland, as the British Wheelchair Basketball Fed and Basketball Scotland collabing here at the IWBF 3x3 World Championships, with one eye on the Commonwealth Games taking place next year in Glasgow. Maybe these four will be part of that Commonwealth Games spectacular in Scotland. As we have the coin toss to take place, as Ben Leach and Ante Stimac as we welcome you all to the IWBF YouTube channel, and we've got comments coming in supporting GB and wondering if GB are favourites for this. In 3x3 basketball, anything can happen. There are no favourites, and we have certainly seen that throughout this tournament in both the men and the women. It really is anybody's game and anybody's guess. That's how competitive and how exhilarating 3x3 basketball is. Croatia, of course, getting the win over Great Britain on day one. Great Britain finishing 0-3 in Pool A before finishing 1-4 in Pool A. They lost their first 3 games on day one before collecting a victory over Kenya. As we get set to begin, Ben Leach just adjusting the strap on his wheelchair. And for the first time for Croatia, Nikola Bistrovic will start this game, as Ante Stimac will start on the bench, as now Great Britain having another player just adjusting the strap. And now we begin, as Demirovic with the ball at the foul line puts it in. You do not want to leave Ademir Demirovic that kind of room. And the response instantaneous from Tonner. 1-1. Demirovic, the bounce pass, Bistrovic can't get it. Ball is loose, Leach will collect. Leach has it. 3 to shoot, as Leach goes window and doesn't connect. Stipan Pesic. Callum Sloan for company. Pesic over Sloan. Tonner. Looking for Leach, finds him. Bistrovic for company, and Bistrovic stands his ground. Stipan Pesic goes to the elbow, uncontested, and it rattles around and out. No victory lap for Croatia on that occasion, as Demirovic collects the rebound. Tied at 1. Bistrovic along the baseline. Here is Leach. Leach now exploding to the basket. Demirovic there to meet him. Croatia's defense under the basket has been impressive thus far. This is a very offensive-minded game in 3x3 basketball. Requires a lot of quick thinking, only 12 seconds on the shot clock. as Tona short with the midi. Bistrovic with the runner. And Croatia out to a 3-1 lead. Leach has it. Leach still has the ball. He'll go with the floater and he'll put it in. Of course, Great Britain beating Croatia's neighbours Slovenia in the final game last night. Looking for revenge on Croatia here. Tona. So far, Croatia off to the better start. Here is Leach. Leach back irons the shot fading away. Here is Pesic, goes to the elbow. And Great Britain will have the ball. 7:22 to play. And it's 4-2 to Croatia. Here is Tona. The pass, it was risky for Leach, and some afters there between Leach and Bistrovic. Tona. Leach. Sloan has it. Pass deflected and picked up by Leach. 2 to shoot for GB. Leach has to put it up and doesn't get it to fall. Demirovic now. The Verbus man goes to the free throw line. And Leach collects. Tona. Leach. And a foul is called. Demirovic wants an offensive foul. But instead, Great Britain will get the ball, but they'll get the ball out of the timeout. 6:47 remaining. Croatia up 4-2. I'd like to extend a warm welcome to any fans watching back in the United Kingdom in this game, in particular in Scotland. As mentioned at the top, the majority of the Great Britain players, both men and women, are from Scotland as we gear up to the Glasgow Commonwealth Games next year. Of course, 3x3 basketball will be a big part of that. And some of these players as well, maybe with an eye on the World Championships taking place in Ottawa next year. Loads of great basketball on tap after these World Championships. We also have the Americas Championships taking place in Bogota, Colombia. European Championships taking place in October in Bosnia-Herzegovina. For all the information, check out IWBF.org. Follow us on all social media platforms. A lot of basketball to come. But for now, it's the 3x3 World Championships. Tona misses under the hoop. As Finley Tona will go to the line. He has certainly relished the competition here in Sun City as GB's number 9, a tenacious competitor. The heart of a lion. As Croatia have the ball, and Demirovic puts it in with one hand. And a whistle has gone as Stepan Pesic with the foul on Ben Leach. Of course, all the Croatia players, part of the national side that competed in last year's European Division B Championships. As Leach puts it in, and the gap is 2. Coming up to 4 minutes played here. Croatia with 14 fouls. As Pesic puts it in from mid-range. Great Britain yet to foul in this game. Remember, over 6 fouls results in free throws for the opposition team. Has Leach fading away. Demirovic. Lovely pass from Demirovic. That's pretty from Croatia. And Bistrovic with the finish. Here is Tonner. Finley Tonner with 3 to shoot. He's got to put something up. And that hit the rim. The referees continue play. Oh, now we have a whistle. Just see what the call is as Finley Tonner on the floor gets himself back up. And the referees just want to double check with the table officials to see if that was a shot clock violation. Finley Tonner driving to the basket. And the referees just want to have a check. Finley Tonner, in all fairness to him, is actually acknowledging that that was a shot clock violation. He has signaled it to the referees. The referees are just going to double check though. But Finley Tonner, who took the shot, has acknowledged that that will be a shot clock violation. We'll wait and see though. 8-5 in favour of Croatia, 5:14 remaining. A big thank you to our global partners, RGK Wheelchairs, who have been providing one-stop repairs and workshops here in Sun City, providing the players with all the needs that they have and need. Of course, our event organisers, WBSA, Wheelchair Basketball South Africa, the event organisers who have done an incredible job in giving us this unforgettable event. The first global 3x3 tournament here for wheelchair basketball. And we hope the first of many more to come. Of course, as mentioned, next year will be the IWBF World Championships in Ottawa, Canada. Just look up Ottawa 2026 on all social media platforms. You will see their progress as they gear up to the premier showpiece of the IWBF calendar. Well, referees have decided that ball did hit the rim. So play continues. Great Britain get the ball. And here is Leach. And Leach puts it in. Well, even Finley Tonner said that was a shot clock violation. Referees don't agree. Play continues. And hey, Great Britain get a score. They reduce the gap to 2. Here is Leach. Tonner. And the score from Ben Leach. And now Great Britain within 1. Bistrovic. No, 3-second violation. As we see Finley Erskine cheering on Great Britain. These players can call their own substitutions. Just in case you are wondering, there is a question on the comments page. Finley Erskine has decided not to come in just yet as Finley Tonner puts it in. Of course, the coaching staff for these teams not allowed anywhere near the court. So the players effectively are their own coaches in this 3x3 game. Leach, 3 to shoot for Great Britain. Over Bistrovic, doesn't get it to fall. And we just have a break in play as Callum Sloan found an object on the floor. Eagle-eyed Callum Sloan. And he certainly has his fan club, the Great Britain number 4 here in Sun City. Bistorovic inside. And it's 10-8. And the pass intercepted. Demirovic now has it. Demirovic now has a clear lane to the basket. And now Croatia pulling away. 11-8. Great Britain needs scores. Leach misses. Demirovic. Pesic. And Pesic puts it in. And Croatia now have a 4-point lead. And a timeout called on the floor. 3:29 to play in our final game of the men's session here this morning. Before it's the turn of the women. It's the last four in the Women's World Championship. We have a look at some of the highlights here as Great Britain trail Croatia 12-8. Croatia beating Great Britain already in these World Championships in pool play. Croatia with a 3-2 record, and Great Britain with a 1-4 record in this classification game for 9th spot. Leach with it. As the players just stop momentarily as Demirovic hits the deck. Bistorovic, Pesic, Demirovic. Again, the passing slick, but that's the commentator's curse for you, because as soon as I said that, Bistorovic couldn't hang on to the pass, and it's a shot clock violation. Now, Croatia saying that that shouldn't be a shot clock violation. The clock did hit 0, so that will be a GB ball. As we enter the final 3 minutes, Callum Sloan doesn't get it to fall, gets his own rebound, goes again for glory, and that'll go out of bounds. As Demirovic will check, and Croatia get possession underway, up by 4. Croatia zeroing in on a second win over Great Britain here. And a whistle has gone. And Croatia will keep it. Here is Ademir Demirovic. Demirovic with the lovely wraparound pass and the finish from Stipan Pesic. And a really risky pass, but Tonner just about collects. Tonner to Leach. Leach turns around and puts it in. 13-9. Stipan Pesic sets himself. Bistorovic, and he'll rattle one in. And that ball goes out of bounds. Great Britain will retrieve. Here comes Leach. Tonner. Finley Tonner with 2 to shoot. Great Britain have got to get busy. It's a shot clock violation. Only 12-second shot clock in 3x3 basketball, and a brief lapse of concentration there from Tonner. We haven't seen a lot of that. Very uncharacteristic of the GB number 9. Demirovic has it. And 3-second violation called on Nikola Bistorovic, who was camped out for too long. And the ball batted out of bounds. Hasn't been many substitutions in this game. Finley Erskine still hasn't seen any court time here. Remember, players can call their own substitutions. As Sloan misses. And that'll be a shot clock violation, as Callum Sloan's shot did not hit the rim. 1:42 to play. And Croatia in the driving seat, in the ascendancy, looking to extend their lead further, and they do as Stepan Pesic scores. That goes out of bounds. Croatia will get the ball back. And Croatia looking set for victory here. Still a long way to go, but Croatia certainly have had the better of this game thus far. Great Britain call a timeout. As said, both teams, all the players can call their own timeouts in this game. There's the Great Britain staff and coaching team look on from the stands as we have a look at some of the highlights thus far. And there is the wonderful backdrop here at the Sun City Super Bowl in the northwest province of South Africa. And Tonna immediately apologises, and a technical warning is given for a unfair check. Demirovic goes for the shot himself and puts it in, and that surely now is the dagger. And Great Britain will now be playing desperation ball. Leach at the second attempt, that's blocked by Demirovic, and Demirovic fouls Leach. So Ben Leach will go to the foul line. Great sportsmanship between these two teams. They've accepted the referee's calls with grace. They've shaken each other's hand throughout. The play has been competitive, it's been physical, but it's been incredibly well played from both sides. 1:03 the play. Leach gets the friendly bounce. Demirovic has it. There is Pesic. Dumps it off to Bistrovic. And 3-second violation called on Croatia. Stepan Pesic not happy with the call as he was the guilty party. Of course, with only a 12-second shot clock, these referees really do an incredible job of spotting the 3-second violations. It's harder than it looks, trust me, as Leach hits. Demirovic. Pesic is wide open at the elbow. Demirovic decides to go it alone, one of the main offensive juggernauts of this Croatia team. Leach misses the two. That's off to the left as time starts to wind down here. As the women get ready to take the floor, it's going to be semi-final time. Kaz Bullock on hand to guide you through the two semi-finals as our first finalists ever in 3x3 World Championship Basketball will be decided. A consolation two-pointer from Great Britain, but it's academic. A foul has been called. There will probably be a little bit of time put back on the clock. Will only be a couple of tenths though. Maybe even a second at most. We'll see what the call is. And the referee's just being sent over to the table just to see how much time is on the clock. And the referees decide that that is game. So Croatia have defeated Great Britain 16-13. As the classification games for 9th place will continue. Great Britain, though, will continue on alongside Croatia, but Croatia get the win, 16-13. Up next, it is the semi-finals for the women. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back on the IWBF YouTube channel.
That will be followed by Great Britain and Canada at 12:20 as we see Australia take to the floor. Hannah Dodd, Georgia Munro-Cook, Tasha Ovens, Ebony Stevenson out on the floor in their yellow jerseys today. They were Group A winners, went unbeaten in the group stage. In the quarterfinals with a win against Kenya. Spain will take to the court. Second in Group B, had 2 wins and 1 loss in the group and beat Switzerland 9-2 in the quarterfinals yesterday. Sonia Ruiz, Sara Revuelta, Virginia Perez and Isabel Lopez out on the court for Spain, wearing their red jerseys. So a place in today's final awaits the winner of this game. The final taking place at 4:15 today. It's all on the line between Australia and Spain. And a quick reminder for anybody who hasn't seen any games so far or hasn't seen much 3x3, we are playing 10-minute games. It's a 12-second shot clock. Shots inside the arc are worth 1 point. Shots outside are worth 2. No traditional jump ball for the tip. It is a coin flip to decide whether the winner takes possession to start the game or whether they want to save that possession for a potential overtime and have the first possession there. So teams out on the floor, and it will be Australia ball to start things off. As young star Ebony Stevenson will take it from the top for the Wombats, finds Munro-Cook, dishes inside to Dodd, and that's too strong. A rebound to Spain. Revuelta going against Dodd. Lopez passes back to Revuelta, shots up from the foul line, doesn't fall as Stevenson secures it for Australia. Both teams looking for their first score of the game here. Munro-Cook, extra pass to Dodd, scoops it up and in, and Hannah Dodd will get Australia onto the scoreboard, 1-0 lead. And a foul underneath the basket. Oh, no foul called. Apologies. That's my it's a reset from the top for Australia. Munro-Cook works against Revuelta. Shot clock's running down. 3 seconds. Drops it inside. Passes to Stevenson. Shots off the rim, but gets her own rebound. And good hands there from Lopez to knock the ball out of bounds. And that is something Ebony Stevenson does really well for Australia, whether she's playing 3x3 or 5-on-5. Her offensive rebounding is so on point, really able to position herself well under the basket. She's able to read those bounces and comes up with a significant number of offensive rebounds for whichever team that she's playing out on the floor for. As Australia will go again from the top. It's a 1-0 Australia lead. Munro-Cook. It's a tough shot, doesn't fall. Lopez with the rebound. Revuelta looks to make some space. Won't fall that time. Revuelta, having just played at the FISU University Games a couple of weeks ago in Germany for Spain. She brought home the silver medal, had an overtime loss to Germany in the final. So Revuelta, with that experience, is going to be so valuable out there on the floor. As she gets the ball for Spain, clears it across the arc. Into Ruiz. Ruiz with a path to the basket. Off the rim. Munro-Cook will have it. And we'll just stop play while Stevenson gets up. So a 1-0 lead for Australia here over Spain. Australia, all the players out on the floor playing in the Women's National Wheelchair Basketball League in Australia, playing in both 5-on-5 but also in 3x3. There is a domestic 3x3 league in Australia. As Perez thought about the shot, has to get clear, has to pass behind the arc. Revuelta, and ball's knocked away by Tasha Ovens, who's into the game for Australia. Dodd can't save it in on the end line, so Spain will have it back. The ball on a possession where the team on defense rebounds the ball. They have to clear the ball outside the arc. You can't go straight up with it. So 8:05 to play here. It's a 1-0 Australia lead. And a place in today's final, the very first 3x3 World Championships here in Sun City. And the very first World Championships taking place in Africa. It's been an absolutely incredible weekend of basketball. We've seen some exceptional play out on the floor, some really exciting young talent coming through, teams building and developing even over the course of the games that they've played this weekend. From Friday to this morning, you can see the development out there on the floor. So teams back out on the court, and it is Spain ball. Perez with a long shot off the rim. Can't keep it in between the lines, so Australia will have it. Australia averaging 16.3 points per game over the course of the competition so far. Spain 13 points per game, so very narrow margins. Not much between these two teams. As Monroe Cook looks for the shot and won't go. And you can see in Spain, this is something Spain do very well. They really clog the top of the arc defensively, make it really difficult for their opponents to get past them and get into the lane. They're really playing high defensively. Stevenson runs into Ruiz, shots up, doesn't go, and a shot clock violation. Those 12 seconds go very quickly. And when you've got the pressure being put on up high, it's taking the time off the clock, doesn't give teams much chance to get inside and get a shot off. So Perez tries again from range, gets the bounce! And Spain with their first basket of the game, and it's a big one. It's a 2-1 Spain lead. Dodd. Rebounds tipped to Spain. Perez has it. Will go again, and that one won't fall. Dodd for Australia. From the elbow, splashes it in. Anna Dodd, the two-time Paralympian, out there on the floor. As Ruiz looks to answer and does. Spain back up one. Monroe Cook. 6 seconds on the shot clock, using the screen from Dodd. Monroe Cook fading away. That's a tough shot. It's off the front of the rim, but tipped. And Australia will get it back. Monroe Cook working, tries to put it up, bounces off. And ball goes out of bounds. Australia will have it. And a timeout called, so 6:06 to play here in this women's semi-final game. Spain up 1, 3-2. The winner will move on to the final, and they will be facing either Great Britain or Canada, who are playing in the second semi-final coming up just after this game at 12:20 today. The final will take place at 4:15. So teams back out on the floor. A 1-point Spain lead. Dodd will take it from the top for Australia. Monroe Cook has it. Shot clock's running down. 3 seconds. Monroe Cook is going to have to put something up here. She will. Goes off the rim. And last touch, Australia. So Spain a chance to add to their 3 points here. Perez with a long shot, doesn't go, and Dodd will just let it go out of bounds. And Dodd playing for the Sydney University Lions this season. As Munro Cook tries to get inside, you can see there the pressure that Rueth puts on defensively as she dishes over to Dodd, too strong. And Revuelta comes away with it. Rueth back inside. Perez dishes to Revuelta, layup's no good. Dodd gets it out to Ovens. Munro Cook working against Perez. 3 seconds. Munro Cook going baseline, won't fall, and that will be a violation. 12 seconds off the clock. And again, it's this defensive pressure that Spain are putting on Australia. We've seen them do this. This is how they like to play. They may not be the highest scoring team in the competition because they're going to grit it out and really make you work for it. As Perez says, you want scoring, I will give you scoring, and puts Spain up 2. And Bohemia Perez coming up big when she needs to. A bronze medalist at the European Championships in 2021 playing for Spain. As Australia here look to cut into this 2-point deficit. Munro Cook answers! And it's back down to a 1-point game. And a foul on the shot. Basket won't count. Foul was before the shot, but Perez will... Oh, no foul on the shot. They will clear it. Munro Cook, and can't get it to go. Stevenson, ball's out of bounds. .4:33 to play. 1-point Spain lead. Rueth over to Perez. Perez from range and hits! Virginia Perez on fire for Spain. Hitting from behind the arc. Doubles Spain's lead up to 3 points. 4:17 to play. Have Australia got an answer here? Munro Cook looks to find some space, and shot clock violation. It's the pressure from Rueth and Revuelta straight to the ball. As Rueth into Perez, double teams, which means Revuelta is open for the layup, doesn't get it to fall. As Stevenson works to get to the basket. Dodd underneath, Munro Cook's there, in off the glass. 6-4 Spain lead. Perez goes again. Same result. Virginia Perez cannot miss for Spain. 7-4 Spain lead. 3:45 to go. A place in the final on the line as Lopez will check in for Spain. And a timeout on the floor, so teams will talk it over. So teams will have head coaches in their programs and with the teams, working with the teams, and you can see them on the practice courts beforehand, but no head coaches out there on the court. The teams are coaching themselves in 3x3. So it really helps develop those leadership roles for players in 3x3, and a lot of skills that they'll take back to the 5-on-5 game when they're playing for their teams. It's a very fast-paced game. You have to be able to adapt quickly, make those adjustments that you need to, and recognise what you need to switch up. So back on the floor, it's a 3-point Spain lead. Munro Cook inside to Dodd. Dodd rolling to the rim. And Anna Dodd brings Australia back within 2. An interception as Dodd clears it. Back to Munro Cook, working against Lopez, under pressure. And ball's picked off by Revuelta. Uses her speed to read those passing lanes. And Rueth's shot spins out. Australia will get it back. Stevenson weaving her way inside. Too strong. Revuelta for Spain with 5 seconds. Lopez, 1 second, is going to need to put something up. She will. It doesn't fall, and Dodd picks it up for Australia. Munro Cook finds Stevenson, too strong though. Ball goes out of bounds and Spain will have it back. And Australia, as a team that's been averaging just over 16 points a game through this tournament, you can see Spain really holding them under their average because it's that really tough-nosed defense that Spain are playing. We've seen them against all the teams they come up against. It's really become their identity out there this weekend. So Spain ball, Lopez. Ruiz. Guarded by Stevenson. Somehow looked like Lopez was going to come up with that pass, but it's Australia that take the ball. Stevenson. Dodd inside. Spain will have it with 2:25 to play. Thank you to everybody watching live on the IWBF YouTube channel. We've got all the action from all the games for the rest of today. If you've missed any of the games this weekend, you can go back and watch them. We've had some absolutely fantastic contests throughout the last 2 days. We've got finals and placing games for the rest of today. The winner of this game between Australia and Spain will face the winner of Great Britain and Canada in the final later on today at 4:15. You do not want to miss that. It's going to be absolutely fantastic as we come towards the end of the competition. As Ruiz's shot is off the rim, Stevenson has it. Dodd for Australia. Dodd to Munro Cook. Stevenson's there underneath the hoop, too strong, gets her own rebound. As it will be Spain the ball. So 2:04 to play. 7-5 Spain leads. Stevenson gets up back on court. She'll take a substitution as Tasha Ovens comes into the game. Now Tasha Ovens, a threat from deep, leads the Women's National Wheelchair Basketball League in 3-pointers made this season in Australia. Certainly someone that can hit from behind the arc when her team need her to. As Dodd, ball's knocked away. Spain come away with it. Revuelta round the outside. Needs to clear the ball. She does. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. Perez has to put it up. Won't drop. And Australia have it back with a chance to cut into this lead with 1:39 to play here in this semi-final matchup. Australia down 2. Munro Cook takes it from mid-range. Spins out. And Revuelta will have it for Spain. Just under 90 seconds to play. Ruiz adds another, and it's up to a 3-point lead. That's a big basket for Spain. As Australia looks to try and answer here, Munro Cook under pressure from Revuelta, has to spin to get free, makes some space, will put it up and hit. That's exactly what Australia needed. It's a 2-point game. Revuelta. And that one doesn't drop. Dodd with the rebound. Australia with a chance here in the final minute. Munro Cook. using the screen from Ovens. Drops it inside to Ovens, shots up, and that's good! That was such a tough shot from Ovens. It's a 1-point game. Perez under pressure, doesn't go. Ruiz there, off the rim, 32 seconds to play. Australia down 1, and they have the ball here. Munro Cook to Dodd, extra pass to Ovens, spins out, ball's loose, and see what the call on the floor is, and Spain will have it. It's a big rebound there for Spain. Perez inside to Revuelta and gets it to go. That's a huge bucket from Revuelta. Australia will need a 2 here. Munro Cook, 5 seconds, spins, has to put something up here. She will. That's short, and Spain are going to the final. Congratulations to them. A 9-7 win over Australia. That tough defense on display from Spain, making it really difficult for Australia to get the shots they wanted, but that is the identity of this Spanish team. They have been tough, gritty defenders throughout the competition, and they are rewarded with a trip to the final as they wait to see who they will face at 4:15 today. It will be either Great Britain or Canada, as that semi-final is coming up next in just a few minutes' time. So a big thank you to everybody watching live here on the IWBF YouTube channel. A huge thank you to Wheelchair Basketball South Africa for putting on such an absolutely incredible event here in Sun City. We've got an amazing venue, loads of support. It's been great to see. There's so much effort that goes in behind the scenes to put on an event like this, and it's been an absolutely fantastic showcase of 3x3 basketball out on the floor this whole weekend. The support from the teams across the competitions have been watching each other. Men's teams and women's teams from other countries supporting each other, but you'll also see teams just watching the games as well, just being part of the atmosphere, taking it in, playing on this great court that we have out here. This is the court from the Commonwealth Games that was in 2022 in Birmingham. So there'll be players out here that are familiar with this. They've played on it a few years ago. Whether they'll quite remember it after having played on several of the courts for so many years, but it's an absolutely fantastic court that we have out there. And with the Commonwealth Games coming up in 2026 in Glasgow, some of these teams definitely have an eye on that and using their experience, building on that experience in 3x3 to prepare. So as we get ready for the second semi-final between Great Britain and Canada, the teams get ready to come out on court, and it will be Great Britain who finished second in Group A. They had a win against South Africa's Team B in the quarter-final to make it here to the semi-final today. They are represented by Jude Hamer, Jess White, Robin Love and Kaylee English. Great Britain playing in their white jerseys out on the floor today. Have 3 players who represented Team Scotland at the Commonwealth Games in 2022. Hamer and Love, both 3-time Paralympians out on the floor, a lot of experience. And the team certainly wanting to make their mark on this competition. And they will come up against Canada, who take to the court. Canada finished first in Group B. They went unbeaten in the group stages, came through the quarterfinals against South Africa's Team A. They are the highest scoring team in this competition, 18.3 points per game. They have been scoring from all over the court and have been absolutely fantastic to watch out there as we see them come out onto the court. Elodie Tessia, Tamara Steeves, Pui Sandlai and Katie Dandeneau. Canada wearing black out on the court. So a battle for the last place in the final. Who will be facing Spain at 4:15 today? Let's find out as the teams take the floor. 10 minutes of play to go. Coin flip will be done to decide who has first possession. As Canada will win it, and we'll see if they opt to take the first possession or wait to take the first possession in overtime. I have to say, it's very, very rare that someone opts to take the first possession in overtime. Teams generally want to start with the ball rather than start on defense. Although Spain, with their really high tempo defense, might opt to do that. You never know. So teams out on the court, and it will be a Canada ball to start things off. So Tessia will take it for Canada. A spot in the final on the line. These two teams haven't come up against each other yet in the competition. GB playing in Group A, Canada in Group B, as Dandeneau's shot is off the rim, chased down by Love. Can she get there? Not quite in time. As Canada will get it back. Dandeneau. Canada, the current Commonwealth Games gold medalist in 3x3, as Dandeneau launches from deep. Hamer has it for GB. Love. Long shot is good, and Robin Love gets things started for GB. A 1-0 lead here in the semi-final. Steve's shot is, well, pass is knocked away as Hamer has it for GB. Love looking for White inside, but Hamer's there and will be fouled on the shot. So Jude Hamer will go to the foul line. Hamer playing for the London Titans in the Premier Division in the UK this season. Also played in the Women's Premier League for Loughborough Lightning and the Cardiff Met Archers. As she gets the free throw, it's a 2-0 lead for GB.